Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a word from us. Hey, subscribe to our show. Click the Patreon link. Click the YouTube join button.
Tell a
Support
friend.
us through the mobile infantry if you like what we do. We are, putting out videos, reviews, your favorite shows, your favorite games. We got some content coming up for you. We're even getting into tabletop now. So thank y'all so much for continuing to support the show. If you like these news episodes, consider doing that. And Alex, tell us what has been happening in the past week in gaming.
News,
Part
everybody.
2.
Some of it's good news. We'll start with Emmy nominations. So,
Emmys.
yeah, Succession.
The Last of Us.
Succession was the #1 nominated show with 27 awards, but Last of Us
Never heard of it.
was 24, and so that's really big because most of the time
24?
24
24 awards?
Emmy nominations they got.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so
God damn.
they did really well, and so this is interesting because. I mean, we've been watching all the video game movies since they started making video game movies, and a lot of them are fucking awful, and the TV shows are awful, and like we've just seen this trend.
Halo.
And we've seen them getting better and better.
I can't wait for more Halo, man. I'm getting hyped about how fucking disastrous and train wreck and burning bodies.
Witcher Season 4, Halo Season 2, and what is the other one that's coming out next year?
Great, awful content coming your way.
Drunk
Support the show. Subscribe.
They have
Patreon.
Star Trek, right? A new spinoff, right?
A new Star Trek spinoff? No, the Strange New Worlds is going on right now. I'm kind of waiting to see how many episodes before maybe we'll do a review halfway in or all the way at the end. But yeah, there is something in the works.
Yeah,
Some stupid Fleet Academy thing that I
That's
didn't
what
even
I was
want to
thinking.
watch.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Worf.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't.
Love it,
No,
man.
Don't you
that is an
fucking-
automatic zero. Automatic zero.
All right. So they did really well. Lead actress, lead actor, outstanding picture editing for a drama series.
Yeah,
Outstanding
we enjoyed it very much, so it makes sense.
Yeah, we gave it a 9 overall.
Main title design, which is really, I mean, I only watched it like once or twice, but I mean, it's really crazy and creepy, and so they did a really good job with that one.
They have separate awards at the Emmys now for just the title sequence.
Yeah.
No wonder these shows are going wild on trying to make these crazy title sequences.
They want to give an award to everyone for everything, so
Yeah.
so they did pretty well there.
Best caterers.
Yeah.
Well, how do we judge that? We didn't eat the food.
We didn't eat their food. Maybe they had better food.
They had better food.
There's an independent guy that goes from each one and just tastes all the food, and I want
man.
that job
Yeah,
very
want-
badly.
want that job.
Yeah.
But you can tell him coming from a mile away.
I would like that, but I'm
You don't.
I'm
You're
picky.
picky
I
and
would
you don't
like
eat
to
anything.
just
You would be the
eat-
worst. You
just
ate
meat.
You went to
You don't
Paris and
even
ate
eat.
hamburgers.
But that
Yeah.
was their
You
choice.
went to Paris and had a ham.
You went to Tokyo and ate McDonald's.
That was at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's the only thing open.
Don't lie, Joe. You
I
won't
wasn't.
eat
It was
fish,
3
you won't
o'clock
eat
in the morning.
sushi. There's a reason why. And you would have done it at 3 p.m. as well.
I had ramen noodles. It was
All right.
delicious.
All right,
Noodles
well,
are good.
More Naughty Dog stuff. Neil Druckmann has officially completely taken over the company after the other co-president of 19 years retires. So Evan Wells is retiring from The Last of Us studio after 20 years.
Okay.
So Neil is entirely in charge.
That'll
all by
make
himself.
Last of Us 3 amazing. Can't wait for the peanut allergies. Let's do it. Let's go. Last of Us 3 development, let's go. They got to sort out their multiplayer one first, right? Because that was having some
I think they,
reconsidering that whole game idea, I guess.
Well, there's some good news if you were wondering what they're going to do, because the composer has claimed in a Spanish interview that Last of Us Part 2 remaster is on the way. And so you don't have to worry about the next game because they're just going to keep remastering games that only just came out a couple fucking years ago.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah.
Did you say remaster? Did
Yeah.
you say Last of Us
wait a
and the
minute.
word
What?
remaster?
Last of Us 2 remaster.
Last of Us 2
Part 2.
remaster. So we're done with the re-re's, and now we're gonna go and do another remaster.
3 years ago.
We're gonna
No,
do a
come on.
re. No, that
You
guy's
can't do
lying.
that. You
He's
can't- I was like, wait a
that's
minute, you-
lost in translation. Okay, well, get a real Spanish translator here because
Me.
I don't believe that. Joe, read that interview over
Oh,
there
yeah.
and see if
Buenos
that.
nachos muchachos.
Nachos, Joe. I don't think that's something you eat. and it's not at night.
Fuck.
So, if this is true,
No.
I want to rally everyone together to boycott this shit because that's getting out of control.
Yeah.
We've already done a remaster, and then we did a remaster, and then we did a re, and now we want to do a remaster of the
one that
latest
only came
one
out
3 years
yeah.
ago.
Yeah, this is just making Capcom just sprouted the largest boner in the history of Capcom. They're like, holy shit, we can remaster games.
Yeah,
Village remaster. It's like, man,
my
I came
man, Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Like the shit came out last week. It's like now we're gonna do a re-release.
Remaster.
Re-release.
Remaster.
Now, it is possible that this is just a director's cut.
Bitch, do the first master. You didn't even finish master. Remaster. You're redoing it. You ain't even finished. If you do a fucking remaster in 1 week. Because you know games ain't fucking finished until a year and a half.
2
Because
years
it's
for
fucking
Cyberpunk.
2
I
years
think
for Cyberpunk.
The box art is just gonna be remastered, re-released, game of the year.
I'm going to laugh if
Already.
Last of Us 2 Remastered comes out before Cyberpunk Remastered. Well, Cyberpunk Remastered is already coming. I guarantee. I mean, I guess that comes out when the patch, or not the patch, the expansion
DLC,
comes out.
Expansion, Phantom.
All right, that's wild.
So this could, in theory, be a director's cut type thing, and he just doesn't know how to, convey that in a way where it was translated
I don't
properly.
give a fuck if it's a director's cut. That's a goddamn remaster.
Yeah. Now the big thing is it going to be a full price game? Because so things like Death Stranding and Ghost of Tsushima,
$40.
were not at full price, and if you owned the previous versions, it was a small fee to upgrade to those to those things.
They're gonna do as much of that shit as possible.
Yeah, so I don't know if Naughty Dog is the company that's going to be like, hey, we're going to put it out for $40, but do you think they're going to do a $10 upgrade to the director's cut, or are they just going to skip that like the other two companies and just go, no, if you want to play this version, you have to give us.
I think they're gonna skip
40.
it.
Yeah, I think so.
And Bethesda's over here on the other side of the room. I was doing it before it was cool.
Shut up.
Skyrim. Skyrim and my 17 versions of Skyrim.
Well, and then there's Ubisoft in the corner licking a window, putting Game of the Year editions for games that didn't ever get Game of the Year. And it's just like,
Yeah, we don't talk to that guy.
yeah, it's like, oh no, don't let him touch
Game
you.
of the Year.
He's always sticky.
Game of Year. What is it, Joe?
It's a game of this year.
Game of this year. And they
Game
put
of
the
this year.
game of
Well-
this year.
He's not wrong.
You're not wrong. You know those schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
They're just trying to do anything
It's
they
like
can now.
I haven't washed that window in 6 years. Oh, schnozberries.
All right, we talked last week about anime game fans absolutely taking down government agencies, and we've determined that under no circumstance should you ever piss these people off.
Nope.
And Genshin Impact fans were really mad at the very beginning of this week because some of the voice actors say that the game itself, Genshin Impact, which makes billions of dollars, is 4 months behind on paying these voice actors. And so everyone was super mad, and they were going after him.
Fuck those assholes.
But immediately, the Genshin, very quickly, the PR people for Genshin Impact Studio, Hoyoverse said, no, motherfuckers, we have paid the studio. Here are the receipts. We love our voice actors. Do not be mad at them. And they're
got receipts.
Yeah, and it's like, you be mad at those people.
So
So
it's
the
the
actors are
agency.
not getting paid, and it is awful, but it's the recording studio that is doing whatever is happening. So,
Okay. Yeah, trying to pass it off on they got more money.
Were they available to comment? Probably not.
no. There's nothing in here about them.
Oh, that was their comment, Joe.
No, the agency.
Oh, the
you
recording
mean
studio?
The recording
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so a lot of these actors are like big in the game that makes tons and tons of money, and it's like, look, it's not even a large amount of money they owe us, but like, this is my job, and I need you
You gotta
to pay
fucking
me.
pay these bills all
Yeah.
the time. Like, what
I
the
don't know
fuck?
if it is expensive living in today's world. So
Yes.
if you're mad at someone and you want to tweet at people, find out the recording studio, and then those
No
are those
comment.
people.
No
But-
comment.
Yeah, no comment. We got some news this week from Redanian Intelligence. It's a Witcher fan site that claims they have all of the information on the viewable hours, the number of views, and everything about the new Witcher season, which we did a first half of, and it's down. It says it's dropped at least 30% between season 2 and season 3. and that's kind of a big deal. The next batch of episodes, I think there's 3 more episodes come out in just about 10 days, and if we're continuing to see drops in there, and then you lose the main actor. And they've already agreed to do 2 more seasons with Liam Hemsworth. And so it's like, where is this TV show going as far as viewership goes?
Right in the garbage.
Right.
The Safacon.
Yeah, because I was talking to my friend. He's like, yeah, you seen The Witcher? I was like, yeah, I had to for work. Did you watch it? I was like, I watched the first 2 episodes, and then I stopped. I didn't want to watch it
That's
anymore.
what the numbers was. I think I read somewhere that people get the episodes are getting less and less and less and less.
A lot of people watched episode 1, and they said there was a pretty significant drop after that.
This is just what an amazing turnaround. You remember when this thing was first coming? We were like, fuck yeah. Henry, perfect, Geralt, this, that. And then they even kind of fucked up on the ball sack armor. And then the creator was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Let me change that armor. I'm going to make it better next season. But I guess she kept getting hammered on Twitter. And she got fucking extreme. And then she's like, I'm going to do my own thing. And I'm going to change this. And I'm going to change that. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm making assumptions. But...
Netflix is eating it up, though, because they put out Blood Origins. They're like, hey, do you want to watch Blood Origins?
I think that was one of the biggest colossal disasters of all time. And I think I will not watch it. Mm-hmm. I won't watch it.
Me neither.
Yeah, I saw someone sent me a clip where there was someone just going, I can't even do it on here because we demonetized with the number of. They just like, and even in the description, it's like, oh, and plentiful cursing. It's like, why would I want? Like, why is that a selling point? Is this a Tarantino movie? Like, what is this?
Oh yeah, it makes it even awkward.
Stupid.
Yeah, so
super awkward. So Netflix, while initially seeming like they're handling it with respect and it looks like it's going to be good, this has now become a bungled disaster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. TV shows are.
And what's up next, Joe, for live action Netflix?
Oh God, One Piece.
That's right, One Piece. I don't know when it comes out. I'll look it up. So that should be
I don't know anything.
An interesting.
Like 1,000 episodes.
You haven't seen? Yeah,
no,
yeah. I've seen a few.
I saw like one,
but there's not.
I saw one episode, but
one episode. You're not gonna get any context. No. God knows what episode that was.
No, you'll like it after the time skip.
Number 500.
That's too much, man.
Is that what
I'm afraid to commit. That's 1,000. That's too much.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So they did really well with all the other live action.
We'll do a review for it when it comes out.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. It's been 2 years since Cyberpunk 2077 finally came out, and it has finally hit very positive user score on Steam.
Wow. That's because the only people voting on Steam left are the only ones that are hardcore fans and that appreciate the patches and updates as they should. And as the company should be delivering.
Yeah.
That's meaningless to me.
Yeah, I agree. This was kind of said like this article at least was like, oh, it's a great thing. It's showing that they're doing all these things. It doesn't take into account that the Steam reviews were always mostly positive because on PC, especially high-powered PCs, for the most part, the game ran okay, but it was still missing a lot of features and things that had been promised. Yeah. But it doesn't mention any of the things about on console, right? So where it was the game that was removed from being sold on PlayStation, and Sony gave you your money back. And if Sony's refunding you, you fucked it up.
Yeah.
So
I like the Cyberpunk license.
Yeah.
I like the anime. We're still doing a review on it as soon as we get our Cyberpunk G Fuel. I think there's a Cyberpunk board game, a tabletop game that I'd like to buy and play on our tabletop show, Battle Reports. And I'm excited for Phantom Liberty.
Yeah.
I think that, the opportunity for CD Projekt Red to make up for the initial launch state of Cyberpunk is still there because I think the world is incredibly rich. Mike Pondsmith and what he's done with the world is interesting, and it deserves to be done justice. And you give companies time, and they can adjust. We've seen it with No Man's Sky. We've seen it with some other ones, and I'm hoping that when we finally dive back in and they ask for more money, which they are with Phantom Liberty, that this time it could be what we were hoping it to be. So that's a lot being put on their shoulders, but they have been working behind the scenes for the past 2 years, probably more than that. if it crosses over with pre-production. And I'm getting excited. And I hope that things work out for the Cyberpunk license in the long term.
Not getting excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's like, yeah, I'll play it, but again, it's like
I'm just thinking about the potential of the license. That's where I get excited.
Okay, yeah.
Not super excited about Phantom Liberty itself, but that's good because it'll have the opportunity to surprise me.
Yeah, I think it's the opportunity for me would be like Cyberpunk 2. Or if they're like, look, now that we've got the foundation laid out, we finally have police that don't spawn and jump out of toilets, and your car doesn't like flip and launch itself into orbit.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, now we've got this framework. We can rewrite quests. We don't have to rewrite just because a big name actor jumps in more than halfway through development. We don't have to scrap all of our story. We can focus it from the very beginning to the very end and oversee their vision, which we know they're capable of doing. Yeah. That's the game I would be excited about.
I feel like we don't need celebrities in Cyberpunk 2. I think, I get it. The developers like to meet their heroes and stuff, but I think it keeps it more focused if they aren't there in Cyberpunk 2. Hint, hint.
Keep it to a cameo.
And they could.
Cameos,
or let's be part of the plan the whole way along. Because the rumor, if you guys don't know, is that they had an entire game pretty much written and ready to go, and at the more than halfway through, Keanu Reeves is like, "Absolutely, I'll be part of your game." And they're like, "Holy shit, rewrite this whole thing and make his small part into a major part." And they threw a lot of the stuff away, and then that's kind of why it kind of felt a little sloppy because it was. All right, I got some bad news from Google. Google Play has given the green light to NFTs within the Google apps.
What?
Google will now allow developers to include NFTs in their applications on the Google Play Store.
Hey, my laptop turned on. So it must have been that the battery was dead that it needed some juice.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's fucked up. Nobody wants it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the developers do because it's an unscrupulous way to make money. It's a false scarcity. They're taking advantage of things that psychologists for years that we've been reporting on here go to these game developers. They hire psychologists to go, this is how you take advantage of the human mind and the fear of missing out and like all of these other things. And so this is just what's happening. So the Google says you should not offer purchases where the value of NFTs user received are not clear at the time. But it's going to be allowed. So I don't know.
Google, man. Oh, man.
So
I wonder what the policy on Apple is. If Apple does it.
It's real lax on Apple. It's actually more lax on Apple than it is on Google. Yeah.
Listen, we are the vanguard against NFTs. We cannot let NFTs invade gaming. So I'm against this.
It's coming.
I'm against this, and what they're looking for is a Trojan horse. Okay, those crypto bros want a Trojan horse. One potential Trojan horse is Dr. Disrespect. Another potential Trojan horse is, I don't know, fucking Candy Crush or whatever the fucking shit is. And then trying to get moms to understand what NFTs are.
The EA thing.
The EA.
Another Trojan horse is linking digital cards, which aren't even physical cards with signatures and jerseys and real items that have value over time. They managed to convince fucking dumbass sports gamers that their fucking digital goods are worth something even though they disappear in 9 months development cycle. And now they'll probably be able to Trojan horse NFTs onto that and say, hey, you know those things that are that we tell you are worth something? Well, now they're going to be even worth more something. It is a brave new world, and the next 10 years is going to be very interesting in our fight against NFT blockchain grossness.
Yeah. There's just not bringing anything to the games, and that's the big issues that I've got. And so it's just like it's a way for them to overly monetize the game, to give you a receipt for the color blue. You own blue, and you own $75, and they're like, well, you can trade that to your friend. It's like, this is a receipt that is useless and didn't bring anything to my game, and your game was built around this. Development time was taken away from making sure that the shooting, the level design, and everything worked to put this garbage system in there.
What is this, fucking blue?
Yeah.
It's fucking blue?
And it's $75.
You bought the color blue? You remember that in the fucking vending machines? Where's that video? Did I put that video on my channel? It better be up on my channel. Yeah. Motherfucker bought the color blue. And it's like, you idiot. Nobody can buy the color blue. I bought it. I got that shade of blue. Shut up. Go to your room.
Yeah. Even Ubisoft is losing faith in the different blockchains as they're using different ones. We announced that they had a new game that's coming out that was originally on a certain blockchain and moved to a separate one. And as these things go away, anything you owned on them, poof, because it was a receipt that is linked to
Poof.
But this is a real one.
Yeah, and this one's here forever, forever. Don't worry about any of those other ones. And to further make this shit even worse, The Flash, a movie that is
one of the biggest box office bombs
of all time. Is adding NFTs. So if you wanted to further make your movie a fucking joke,
it's like a dead horse carcass that's just like been beaten to death for all of the money that it could have generated, and it didn't generate any. No, bad analogy, because now the pustules are popping and all these fucking creepy crawlies are coming out in these NFTs to try to get something back.
The fuck are you gonna do with the NFTs?
Now they're appealing to the
Flash?
dumbest of the dumb to try to make their money back.
What are these NFTs?
The limited edition Flash experience includes weird interactive environments you can swipe around on your phone based on locations for the movie.
And find collectibles.
As well as digital collectibles like cards and models. Packaged into the whole deal is a digital copy of the film. You get access to bonus features.
There's a trailer, John, send to you.
The movie lost hundreds of millions of dollars.
Shit, we need to get some
they're
back.
trying to make it back. I mean, they've done this before with Lord of the Rings. They did it with 1978 Superman.
Yeah.
They were not super successful campaigns. They're just trying to take advantage of people who buy every NFT because there are people out there that have a problem, right? They see it. They're so afraid that NFTs are going to do what they, there's that one guy who didn't buy Bitcoin when they were 25 cents, and now he buys every NFT possible because he doesn't want to miss out. But now he's stuck with all these useless fucking NFTs, and that guy's going to buy the digital edition
and
Flash.
then forgets his password to even log into the thing, so he's locked out of all of his Anyway.
Or these will exist on a blockchain that may not be around next month, and so you don't even have your digital access to your fucking movie anymore. So it's ridiculous.
This is so stupid. And it's like, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? Are we just going to get NFTs integrated into the interfaces in our cars? When your car starts up, it's like, find the hidden collectibles to start your car. Because you shut the fuck up. What is this dirty, sick filth?
Well,
this is filth!
You already have the microtransactions for your car.
Right, for the microtransactions. Yeah, that's right.
So do you want to go faster?
Would you like to unlock the 5 more horsepower? You mean the physical engine that's already there that I've already paid for? Yes.
But you also paid for
$5 because it was a digital rights management to unlock this additional 5 horsepower. Just shut up. Just shut up. Nobody likes you. Go to your room.
It's like, we noticed that you're going 120 miles an hour. Would you like us to pay $5 so your airbags work? Because if you don't get them. Your seatbelts aren't going to work anymore. It's like, when do we get that? All right. This also brings on the conversation of just how expensive movies are to make. Indiana Jones was a massively expensive movie. The Flash was massively expensive. Secret Invasion cost $210 million to make for a TV show.
I heard that shit. I'm glad you brought that up.
And so there's all these...
And nobody's watching it, so it is a colossal disaster. I think if it costs that much, there's no way they're making that up right now in viewership. Nobody's talking about Secret Invasion except for us and a few others. Because it's a secret. And so Bob Iger was like, all right, we're going to cut back on our spending on Star Wars and Marvel. And I'm like, you're gonna cut back on the thing that makes you money?
The only
thing that's going to make you money? Okay, cool. Let's see how it works out.
So all of these TV shows are costing in the $200s of millions of dollars, and so we're talking about the old episodes of Game of Thrones cost less than $10 million an episode to make.
And we were like, $10 million? Holy fuck, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. And so you look at 6 episodes.
So how much
of
is
Secret
that?
Invasion was $210
It's
million.
like $25 million an episode? No, where did all that money go?
Yeah, so it's wild to me where what they're paying on some of these things, and then they're complaining it's not making money, and so
they don't even have Avengers in it. Does Samuel L. Jackson cost $100 million on his own?
I was gonna say
that man gets paid.
He does.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny.
But he's the #1 paid actor. At least he was a few years ago. It's like fucking of the amount of revenue each of his films have made combined.
Zoe Saldana may be up there too because she's in like $3 billion franchises now too. I bet it's just insane how much of these things are making. So I think we're going to see in the next couple years a lot of really cheap, like massive cuts and these things.
Back to B movies.
Good. Back to creativity and not CGI fests like Flash and Venom.
Yeah.
The CGI was fucking amazing on that.
On Venom?
No. The trash bags?
On the Flash.
Oh, yeah.
The fucking microwave babies, Joe?
Yeah, all these other
The director was so... He's like, I came up with that. And it's like...
It was supposed to look bad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be bad. Yeah, so...
The abomination of Henry Cavill's hairy chest in a CGI form. Leave the man alone, man.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're going to have to do something because it just costs too much money.
Isn't that wild? Like, I was like, man, I hope Superman's in it. I hope Superman's in it. And now I'm like, man, I'm glad Superman wasn't in it. Yeah, but he was in it because they CGI'd him in.
Yeah. I mean, so even stuff like Red Notice cost over $200 million, and that movie is...
Well,
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah,
I forgot
Ryan
about that.
And The Rock.
Yeah, but so...
And Gal Gadot.
They got paid.
So so they're talking about, like, you're going to have these big-name Hollywood actors that are used to making all of this massive amount of money.
$20 million.
But those movies don't make any money anymore, and if they're not making that much money, then some of these, like...
They're like, hey, can you take maybe $2 million this time?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no.
Yeah, no.
I make $20 million.
Yeah.
I'll take one.
Yeah.
Done.
So
Joe'll do it for $1.
Exactly.
Yeah. What, you're going to play Gal Gadot's character?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
We'll play them all.
Yeah,
$1.
all the
Fucking
characters.
do them all.
Oh, yeah.
I'd watch it.
$5 sold.
Yeah. So, yeah, with delays, Red Notice's final cost was over $200 million for a fucking single hour-and-a-half long movie with zero good writing in it. So,
Oh, man, we could have got so many cool shit for $200 million, not the fucking Red Notice.
yeah. I don't know. So,
I want a new space opera, but that's actually what Netflix is doing. Because I was like, I want a new, like, Robotech or something, space, and, you know, something. You got Star Trek, you got Star Wars. You know, Babylon 5 is having an animation come. I'm gonna review it. But we need a new one. And I think Netflix is doing it, right? It's Zack Snyder. He's doing Rebel Moon. But I don't know. Rebel Moon was basically an idea. It was an R-rated Star Wars. And he pitched it to Disney, and they were like, no.
He was like, writing it?
He's like, I knew it was going to be a hard sell. I think he's got writers, but I think a lot of the concepts in there is his. So we'll see.
I think the guy's got an amazing eye for combat and for action, and anything that he's had a writing credit on, I think is
needs to be written by somebody else.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
like he's not allowed to have a pencil in his hand. Like that is the rule. I mean, some of the
I
dumbest
don't
things I've
disagree.
seen. Yeah, like Army of the Dead was one of the dumbest things we have ever watched together.
We still don't know if they were robots.
Are they Terminators?
I think
Are they
it was
aliens?
Goyer that kind of fucked up, so, you know, Superman and that kind of shit, making him like mopey, and it's like, you don't need to save everybody. Everybody hates me. Why am I gonna save him?
That Batman was mopey as well.
The Batman wasn't. I guess
Yeah,
he was, but he would kill
you guys
people.
don't need me. You guys need Superman.
Oh yeah,
We
he
need
was
to
doing
bring
that
back
stupid
Superman.
shit.
Yeah, and then they would
It's not me.
and then he got into a fight with Wonder Woman in the garage for no reason. It's like, what the fuck is
Why are you
this?
all being dicks to each other? This is the worst Justice League.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Did you hear that motherfucking James Gunn is putting like wild characters into Nathan Fillion is in?
yeah.
Hell yeah, I love him. See, James Gunn's after my heart. Always wanted Nathan Fillion to blow up bigger than he was.
Is he gonna be
I think
the
he's
same
going to be a
character?
Green Lantern.
Oh, he's not going to be
He
the
might
same
even be
character?
Guy Gardner Green Lantern. That would be hilarious. I don't think he makes a good Guy Gardner, but it may be just something.
That doesn't make you mad that it's the same cast of characters that he always uses and stuff, and he's
Nah.
just bringing his friends back?
Nah, so as long as it's done well. What it is, what's giving me hope is he's putting in a bunch of superheroes. There was other ones in there. There was like maybe Mr. Miracle and some other ones that it's like superheroes are already out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good thing, I think. We'll see.
Yeah, the next one to see is Blue Beetle. They're doing no advertising for the movie purposefully, and they can't do anything. So it's
Well,
like,
they pissed off a bunch of people with the whole Batman's a fascist, so they pissed off a bunch of
Batman stands.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a fucking joke, and then they pulled it, and then the director was like, had to apologize to these people to get them to buy tickets because they wouldn't go watch the movie anymore.
Well,
it doesn't look good.
Celebrity advertising.
Yeah. What?
Well, celebrity advertising before a movie is actually really important. They get on all the talk shows. They do things like Hot Ones. And they can't do any of that stuff right now because of the strike.
But the strike
for actors and writers, they can't do any promotional for any of this movie at all. So anyone involved with this movie cannot promote this movie at all. Yeah. So they can't do podcasts. Like if we were members,
I thought the strike was like I'm no longer going to work. But that George Lopez is not on strike.
Yeah, he is. He's a member of the Screen Actors Guild. Yeah.
Okay, so every member of the Screen Actors Guild is on strike.
Yeah, they're all on strike. The writers and the screen actors. The first time in like 77 years, both of them, man. So they can't do it until this ends.
Oh, geez.
They could do no promotion of any of the movies. He can't go out and do and so. I
already thought Blue Beetle was going to underperform.
Yeah.
This is going to be wild when this thing comes out. Because if fucking Tom Cruise can't even bring him into the theater, because Dead Reckoning is doing okay, average at best. So then I'm not sure Blue Beetle's going to bring it in.
I didn't think it looked particularly good. I know people were
the
mad at
Latinos show up and support.
It says 120 million.
What is
the budget
for Blue Beetle? Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's at least less than the fucking 300, 200 something that they paid for Flash.
Yeah, I mean James Gunn said that if this is part of his DCU, which I don't believe.
Well, he also said something about the Flash too.
He said the Flash is the greatest, one of the greatest superhero movies I've ever seen.
It was the best.
I don't believe.
That was dumb.
I don't trust
You're being
you.
dumb.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I got as far as this one goes.
I got one news story, and goddamn it, I'm gonna say it. It's the Chaos Gate. You remember? I love Chaos Gate, the original, and then Demon Hunters came out, and it was great. Well, it's getting a free update with new enemies and gear, and Alex will be happy about one of these enemies.
Great ugly one.
Yes, sir. He's bringing
buddy.
his Nurglings to the party. So you're gonna have some Nurgling swarms that buff the demons. We're gonna have some Plague Surgeons. We're gonna have some Beasts of Nurgle that can immobilize anybody that gets close. There's going to be new weapons, new shit. And it seems like maybe they're teasing. This is all free, by the way. Yeah. That's what's fucking awesome. Play this game.
The game is really, really good. I thoroughly enjoy it. Like, I was really disappointed by some of the XCOM-ish games that came out this year. I was not a Midnight Suns fan. I loved that game. So, check out.
But it does seem maybe the ending of the video, maybe they're teasing a DLC, and with all the free stuff, I'd be willing to do it. It says it seems like they're teasing the Officio Assassinorium. If you don't know them, that's the Vindicator assassins and like the assassins of the universe, and so we could see maybe some assassins to the squad. Calidus. Excelsior, I forget all the. I'm making up names now for the assassins. Vindicator, he's the coolest one with the goddamn sniper rifle. I have his model in my, but I haven't used him yet on the tabletop. Anyways, which by the way, we played a 2,000-point game over the weekend, and we got it down by an hour because remember it was 5 hours and 30 minutes to play a full 2,000-point game on the tabletop. We reduced it to 4 hours and 30 minutes, and then we played a 1,500-point game, and it was over by turn one because I made Patrick bring the Eldar Wrath Knights, which are these things are dominating tournaments, and they can like obliterate turn one. So they need adjusting, need a little adjusting. But we played it out, and it was like another 4 hours. But we were learning our factions. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff that these games can pull from. These free updates are going to be rolled out on July 25th. So we'll definitely do a stream. I want to see the Nurglings, see if they got them right. They roll around on balls and laugh and have a good time.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They're actually, it's probably the best character model in Total Warhammer 3.
Yep.
Is seeing like the Nurglings do crazy stuff and turn themselves into, it's great.
Yeah, especially bring tons of them.
Oh yeah, they're terrible, but they're fun.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for us, guys. Thank you all so much. Consider supporting the show. You can grab some merch. Check out all these shows. We got our own G Fuel flavor that helps support us. Another way, if you just want to go direct, is you could do Patreon. You could do the YouTube join button. That forms the mobile infantry, the backbone, letting us know, yeah, this may get demonetized. YouTube may fuck around here, but at least we got a core group of supporters that will help us do this show over the years. We thank you guys so much for those of you who have, and look forward to maybe you joining, and we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.